Those cases that were put in AP, 7 of them are families, and then 5 were lone applicants, which mostly we call single applicants. So 5 of them were just individual people who applied, who won the lotto, and then but 7 of them were families, people who may have children or people who may have spouses. All together make 12 people who are in AP. Like I said, this can revert to issued, approved, or it can revert to complete refusal. If it's going to be refused, then of course they're going to communicate with them for them to come to the embassy. If it's going to be issued, they are definitely going to communicate with the applicants and ask them to either bring their passport. Hello, welcome to Wofoy TV. Thank you for stopping by my channel to watch my videos. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button so that you'll be alerted whenever I drop a new video. But if you've been coming here and you have never subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. All you have to do is just sign in whilst you are on YouTube, and then you click on the subscribe button. You don't have to pay money to do that. It's as simple as that. But thank you so much for doing that. Guys, many of you have been asking about the status of your embassy. What is going on? What is going on in Accra? What is the problem? What are the issues going on there? And guys, today I'm going to talk about the US Embassy in Accra, Ghana. In other videos, I will discuss other embassies that are, viewers have been calling upon. So if you're watching this video and you are interested in another embassy and you want me to make video about it, put it down in the comment section below. Okay, put that down in the comment section below, so that if there's enough traction for that, then I'll make a video about that. But today I'm going to talk about the US Embassy in Accra, Ghana. All right, so far there have been 73 visas issued by the US Embassy in Accra, Ghana, of which they belong to 48 winners. 48 winners. So it's 48 winners and their families getting 73 visas in total. So in their families, then we're talking about a husband and a wife, or a man and a single dad and his child, a single mom and her children. Yeah. So it's just winners and their families, and the total is 73, all right, at the moment for the US Embassy in Accra, Ghana. 4 of the applicants chose to immigrate without their spouses, meaning that they filled the DS-260 stating that they were going with their spouse, but then at the time of the interview, or by the time of the interview, due to whatever reasons that they had, they decided to go alone or come to America alone without their spouse. So you will see that their case was processed, everything got to the interview point, but then they decided to go alone and let the spouse stay behind. All right, 2 of the applicants also decided to go and leave their children. 1 left a spouse and a child, and then 1 left a spouse and 2 children. All right, so that is in all for the 73 who were issued visas. Some of them, their spouses didn't get the visa because they decided not to go with them. So if they had opted to go for the interview with their families and their spouses, then these other numbers that I was talking about, the 4 and then the 2, they would have been like extra visas that would have been included in the 73. All right, now it's not about just those who were issued. There were people who were refused visas. Okay, and out of all the cases that were scheduled for interview in the US Embassy in Accra, Ghana, as of now, 10 of the cases have been refused. Of the 10 cases that were refused, 3 of them are families. 1 is a winner and their spouse. 1 is a winner, a spouse and their child, and then 1 is a winner, a spouse, and 4 children. They were the cases that were refused in the US Embassy in Accra, Ghana. Now, there are cases that are in AP. AP is when the embassy asks you to either go and bring more evidence or more documentation to establish your eligibility for the visa, or the embassy didn't ask you to go and bring anything. They just told you, go, you will hear back from us. We need to do further review. Okay, we need to do further review. So when you're put in this AP, it will say that refuse, but it's a longer paragraph. that is telling you more stuff. So for us to know what happened, why you're an AP, we can only rely on what you were told at the interview. Were you told to go and bring something, or were you just told to go, you will hear from us, or you were told that go, we will communicate with you, whatever. But there were 12 cases in the U.S. Embassy, Accra, Ghana, that have been placed in AP, all right? And those cases, they can either go into issued, they can go to ready and then be issued, they can be re-interviewed again, or they can just go to permanent refusal, okay? Now, for those cases that were put in AP, 7 of them are families, and then 5 were lone applicants, which mostly we call single applicants. So 5 of them were just individual people who applied, who won the lotto, and then but 7 of them were families, people who may have children or people who may have spouses. All together make 12 people who are in AP. Like I said, this can revert to issued, approved, or it can revert to complete refusal. If it's going to be refused, then of course they're going to communicate with them for them to come to the embassy. If it's going to be issued, they are definitely going to communicate with the applicants and ask them to either bring their passports. There could be a possibility that some of them have their visas have been taken, their passports have been taken from them, but still it is going to be in AP. So whatever you were told at the interview, if you have been placed in administrative processing, then you need to keep eyes on your case, communicate with the embassy. If you feel you have been in AP, send an email to check on your case to make sure that somebody is constantly keeping their eyes out on your case so that you don't miss any important deadlines. So that brings the number of cases that have been interviewed in Accra. If you're counting those that are issued, the ones that have been refused, and the ones that have been in AP, then the total will be 70 cases as of right now. All right. So guys, those of you who have been wondering like what is going on in the U.S. Embassy in Accra, Ghana, that is the information that is out there. Thank you so much for your kindness, for your patience, and for watching this video to the end. The next video, I'll talk about Nairobi, Kenya. So guys, stick around and find out what is going on in Nairobi, Kenya. I love you guys. God be with you, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.